Welcome, not vintage gamers, but not legacy gamers, but MTG heritage format gamers. Well, basically legacy. Uh, Today I am playing in a special invite tournament, streamer tournament for an alternative legacy format people are calling heritage. The idea for heritage is that only sets that have been through standard are going to be legal in this format. So it's basically it's boomers complaining about Modern Horizon cards in their Eternal sets. So no supplementary sets, no Horizons, no Commander, no Unsets, Universes Beyond, etc., etc. What that means is there's a lot of cards taken out of the format that are, new and powerful. I think the biggest ones are like Prismatic Ending, Urza's Saga, Endurance. Those kind of cards are really powerful. So today what I've done is I've done small amount of metagaming. I think that Delver is really good in this format, so I'm going to play Chalice of the Void. And I actually made a Chalice of the Void PO 8-cast Mentor Stompy deck. I guess is how I would phrase it. Basically, I think that we can get away with playing a Chalice. Basically, this deck is kind of configured like 8-cast, except we don't have Thought Monitor and we don't have Urza Saga. So instead, I'm playing 4 Mentor that we're going to try to play early, Turbo Mentor off of Ancient Tomb. A ton of 0 drops. We're going to play those back with our Emery, and we're going to pick them up with our PO. And we're going to try to win with Mentor beats with protection from Teferi. It's just very straightforward. It's somewhere, like I said, it's like an 8-cast. It's like a Stompy, but it's also a Force of Will deck. It's also a Chalice deck, which I think it makes it really, really interesting. I do think there's going to be a lot of green creatures, maybe 2020s, other Chalice players, so I thought Repeal would be quite good. I think Sai is just like a little underwhelming, especially when you're not like pumping your constructs. I would rather just try to win with Mentor, is going to be the plan. Yeah, I didn't really feel like we needed more payoffs. I wanted to just make the deck churn really quickly. So we're going to go with just Mentor Stompy. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to go. Some of the deck lists are already up on Twitter. You can check them out. Looks like we'll have a variety of decks. Maybe not as much Delver as you would think. A lot of green players were invited to this event. A lot of green players were invited to this event. But hopefully it'll be fun, interesting content with a different kind of legacy that might be more interesting to some of you. And we'll see you for round 1. If you'd like to see your deck played on this channel, check out the Patreon link in the description below, where you can find all the information you need to submit a donation deck list. Let's battle. Welcome to round 1 of this Heritage League. We're playing again, Heritage League, I guess. Yeah, why not? We're playing against Thraben University, Phil. Phil is going to be playing a mono red prison deck today, so very similar to what's already happening in Legacy. We got Magus of the Moon, Blood Moon, Chalice of the Void, Trinisphere. All of those things are pretty much must counters, so this could be challenging for us here. Thankfully, we are the Force of Will deck, so we'll see what happens. Unfortunately, our Chalice is very, very bad in this matchup. Doesn't really hit anything. And it's going to be tough. So if we were to say go, like we always want to Chalice on 1 basically with our deck, because our deck we don't want to Chalice on 0 if we can help it. Obviously that's like not super synergistic with PO, but I think Chalice on 1 was really powerful. This hand does have a Force for their first play, so theoretically I could go, and we do have an Island for a Blood Moon, so theoretically we can go maybe Island, Bobble, go, Force their first play, seat, Chalice on 1. They don't even have a 1-drop, do they? They don't even have a 1-drop. Seat, Chalice on 1, and then we won't even have a Thought Cast. This hand just doesn't look powerful enough. I think I'm going to mulligan it. Kind of would be more interested in something that had a, that was like a turn 1 Mentor or something like that, but this should be fine. How can my opponent remove Emery? They have 4 giant Stonecrusher Giants. So I'm going to keep 2 Emerys here and just go with this. So Bobble, Bobble, Opal, Emery, Tomb, go. And then we might do some cracking. We probably want to do some amount of cracking now to maybe draw into a force. I think we only want to crack one, though, because if they kill our Emery, it might be... Well, then we can't recast our Emery if we don't draw another artifact. I think that's fine. I think I would like to possibly be able to draw a Force of Will. Okay. We can at least cast that off of Ancient Tomb, and we will return on our Opal. Unless they, play a Trinisphere. I think there's enough... I think there's enough artifacts in our deck that we're allowed to crack once. And if we're not cracking, then I don't think we're really accelerating our game plan enough. All right, well, we can get Blood Wound or Trinisphere here. Or we can get Stomped. Yep. So that's why I kept a second Emery. Now we can play Chalice on 1. Oh, man, that's unfortunate. Yeah, if I had kept my other one, we would just be able to play Mentor here. I guess theoretically we could play Chalice on 0 and play Mentor. I don't think I like that, though. I think we'll play Chalice on 1, and then we'll play another Emery. It might be on a little bit of delay or something like that. All right, what do I have in my yard? I have Chalice, Bauble, Petal. So this time I'm definitely not going to crack this Bauble because I want to make sure I can play this Mentor. I guess it doesn't really change that much from last time. It's actually pretty much the same exact choice, isn't it? Well, I kind of feel more... It actually is the same choice, right? And why do I feel differently this time than I do last time? That's kind of a weird feeling. A lot of this is going to be me just playing on intuition. I definitely didn't do a ton of games testing with this deck. So we'll have to see how far my random magic intuition can take me here in this new format. Last time I was drawing to Force of Will. That's a good point. All right, the City of Traders... Trinisphere. All right, definitely not allowed to crack now. Do they have... They can't have follow-up, right? Unless they have a Simian Spirit Guide. And a Magus. Okay. That does put us off of casting spells. Because now we only have 2 mana. It's a good draw. So now this is an artifact, right? So I can crack this Bauble if I want. It doesn't get me anything right now, so I'm just gonna wait until their end step, maybe. Oh, I can know their last card. Yeah, I should actually figure out what their last card is. Squee. I don't know what this card does. Is this legal? 2/2 haste, and you make goblins. Okay. Yeah, you can't bring back Seed of the Sign Out, unfortunately. The good news right now is I have 3 mana, so every turn I draw a card, play a Bauble, trigger a Mentor. So I think we're currently ahead, if I had to guess. Okay, that's a standard symbol. Fair enough. So I think unless they draw one of their 3 Bone Crusher Giants that they have left to kill Mentor, we should be in a really good spot. I assume they'll play this thing so they can't take any damage from Mentor attacks. Opal should not be off. No, they drew Chalice. Opal shouldn't be turned off because this is an artifact, this is an artifact, and this is an artifact. All right, so I will no longer be drawing a card every time, but I still get a monk every turn, which may be not as powerful as what's going on here. Unfortunately, this Trinisphere is extremely problematic. So I think I should save the ones in my hand in case I eventually repeal this Trinisphere. So for now, we will just... Oh, I can't repeal the... No, I can, because everything costs 3. Oh, the problem with this is I won't be able to block the 1/1, though, right? So maybe that's not a good play. So, like, our way out of this game is draw a land, and then draw a repeal, and then bounce the Trinisphere, and then make a bunch of monks at 0 mana, probably. I guess we have 1 Teferi left in our deck. We lost, I guess I can't make blue and white mana, though. And I probably won't be able to unless I hit an island. So that's probably not happening. So, yeah, we don't have a lot of choices. I thought repeal would be really good. I almost played 4 repeals in this deck. Sure. So they're just going to place this thing so the attack is no longer there. PO. All right, well. Yeah, but I only have 1 Teferi left, and it's really hard to cast Teferi. Definitely don't want to lose my mentor. I could draw a second mentor. That would probably help. I can't really PO anything either. That's a good card to draw. This one's going to be really hot, really rough, I think. We have come to an impasse. They get to double loot here and loot away their squee. What about a value? Look at this value. They get to pitch another Fable in the squee. All right. This is going to be probably one of our toughest matchups in the tournament, I would say. So I was hoping for something like turn 1 Mentor, play a bunch of zeros. I feel like that'd be a pretty good way to win. My opponent has 4 Pyrokinesis in the board. I don't know if eventually we'll have enough creatures is actually an accurate statement. Find out together. It's not better to 0 from my hand because my game plan in this game is to eventually repeal this Trinisphere and play my entire hand of 0 drops. So, no. There's a reason I'm doing this Emery every turn. So, I think every time I take something off the table, it's good for me. So I am just going to take this Goblin token off the table. Maybe it's not, actually. now that I stop and think. I don't know. What did they have? What is 4 mana? Oh my god. Sure. I mean, if they're stomping my thing instead of my mentor, that's good for me. But the Shatter Skull Summit killing my entire board is not good for me. All right, well, this game looks like we're lost. I don't know what else we can do here. Man, that was brutal. Dang. Stinking Modern Horizons card. Wait, it's not Modern Horizons? Oh no. I think we're dead. I think my opponent outdrew us with this Fable of the Mirror Breaker here. Good lord, this card is not balanced. Telling you, this card is better than Ragavan. Better than Ragavan, confirmed. Boy. All right, let's go next game. This matchup is really bad for us, huh? All right, so what can we do? We can bring in Disenchant. We can bring in Hydroblast. I don't really like swords that much, but we can think about maybe swords. All right, I don't think I want Chalice at all, even though we're going to really lower our artifact count by doing that. Do we want Malevolent Hermit, or is that too slow? My idea was I can even do, like, in grindy matchups, I can do, like, Emery Millover Hermit. Seemed pretty strong. Maybe we play, like, one less Emery, one less PO, and we play some more. Like, I feel like we're the control deck in this matchup. True. I still don't think we're going to keep Chalices in against our opponent's deck, though. I think the Hermit was a really nice sideboard card that I added. But I don't think this is the place where that matters too much. I don't even know how much POs are actually even playable here. Like, what if I just play some swords instead? Like, I just take out this nonsense and we play Mentor Stompy Control. Yeah, that kind of sounds right to me. Let's try this. Yeah, I don't think... I mean, maybe we have to determine Opal because we cut the Chalices, but I kind of need Opal for mana fixing. My deck is like not have great mana. You saw how important Opal it was in that game when my opponent Blood Mooned me. Not deranged hermit, malevolent hermit. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Same thing. All right, let's try again. On the play. Never crack baubles. I feel like this hand is garbage. It doesn't play turn 1 Emery. It doesn't play turn 1 anything. It doesn't have Force of Will. This hand has turn 2 Mentor. No Force. Is this hand even good? Doesn't feel like his hand is good. I don't think this hand's good. Let's try again. All right, at least I have a Force in this hand, but I don't have enough artifacts. I have to put 2 cards on the bottom. I guess if I put Disenchant and Repeal on the bottom, and then I can hope to draw... That's not really even getting us anywhere. This is really bad. I think we're going to get murdered in this game. I don't think any of our hands lined up in the... Like, we really needed turn 1 Mentor plus Moxen kind of thing, right? Like, Ancient Tomb, Lotus Petal, Mentor, Bobble, Bobble, Bobble. That's the kind of hand I think we need to beat this kind of opponent's deck. So my opponent can have a 3-drop and a Chalice, and I will be just straight up conceding. Like, I'm not supposed to counter, like, their fast mana, right? It doesn't seem like that makes a lot of sense. They at least only have 2 cards left after this. I don't know. If I draw like a Seed of the Cyanide, I can technically cast that for Teferi, but yeah. Oh, we're dead. Oh, we're so dead. Oh boy. All right, we kind of need to draw. I don't know. Sure. Oh, this matchup is so bad. uh... Well, this tournament has gone off to a roaring start. I mean, maybe. We're still not winning if I let Chalice resolve either, though. Like, if their follow-up is Blood Moon or Trinisphere, like, we can beat that. But I don't think we really beat Chalice, so... I don't think we were beating any Magic the Gathering cards on that Mold 5, to be fair. Well, that was brutal. Okay, here we go. We'll try this again. This time, we are not playing against Mono Red. We are playing against Caleb, and Caleb is on a 4-color Uro deck. So, Carpet, Shark Typhoon, Library, a bunch of new Planeswalkers, Expressive Iteration, Ponder, Brainstorm, 4 Swords to Plowshares as removal, and then post-board, we have to deal with some Null Rods. We'll see what we can do. Our hand has problems. It doesn't have a 3rd artifact. I think this hand is just not good enough. I'm gonna try again. Does this deck have wastelands that we're playing against? It has a single wasteland that they can loam lock us with. Okay, noted. Chalice on 1 will be good against our opponent, but we didn't draw any no Ancient Tomb to go with our Chalice on 1, and no fast mana. This is probably still a keep though. I'm just gonna put back to Thoughtcast. We're pretty far away from the Thoughtcast, so we'll just look for the Chalice into nonsense. Chalice is really good against my opponent's deck. My opponent's like 4 Brainstorm, 4 Ponder, 4 Swords to Plowshares kind of thing. Our hand, yeah, I don't think we've drawn super well, to be fair. I think we've drawn pretty medium, but you can't, you know, it's Magic the Gathering. You can only control so many things. Ooh, we do Force Backup. I don't think I'm going to play around Wasteland. I have a Seed of the Cyanide in play anyways. Our deck specifically made to have 0/1 drops in it. All right, we have successfully resolved a Chalice. Can they remove a Chalice? They have a March of the Otherworldly Light. So they have 1 answer in their deck to Chalice. They can also like play through it. They are playing, you know, Planeswalkers, Uro, Expressive Iteration, but they... Is this the March of the Otherworldly Light? This is the 1 answer to Chalice. Okay. I will pitch it Emery. You have a Force backup? Yeah. Okay. So they had Force and their 1 answer. So Chalice down. We do need to draw... I mean, we can play Emery for 2 mana, but... Yeah, Narset wouldn't be great for us, but we do have a couple attackers, so it's not the end of the world. Ponder and Shuffle, and Ponder and what? Honestly, for our opponent having March, like, that didn't go that badly. Opponent has to pull together some card advantage here. They missed a land drop. We want to just... Interesting. So we can play any of our Magic cards. I don't think we want to play Mentor. I think we want to play this Teferi. How many Pyroblast? 1 Pyroblast. I do want to play the Emery, though. I could just draw a card with Teferi and try to hit an artifact. Oh, no, that won't have enough mana. I think I'm going to play this Teferi. I don't know. I'm not sure this is right. But they only have 1 instant answer, or sorry, they only have 1 Pyroblast in their main, so it should be pretty reasonable. And they don't have a Pyroblast mana. So they forced a Teferi. Awesome. So they have 1 card left in hand, and they didn't shuffle off of their last Ponder. But maybe they kept the force and they have a land coming. Ah, yeah, that's really good. That's why they forced the Teferi. We could have bounced the Sylvan Library. That's really unfortunate. I definitely wish I had my Teferi back. Time walking. So now we can play Emery and Mentor in the same turn. And we just want to find like an artifact as well, maybe? So this is exposing our Mentor to swords, unfortunately, but it's probably worth it. Could I have done this in a way where I didn't take 1,000,000 damage? Probably not. Okay. I actually hit no artifacts off of my Emery Mill as well. They went to 9, so... Yep, there's the swords. And Loam. Okay, so now they've fixed their mana problem. That's a pretty good draw 3 then. Oh, well, that's bad. This is what happens. You let them resolve 1 draw spell, and everything comes crashing down. Hit a bauble. They have a Loam Dredge, I assume, because they don't have red yet. They probably need red mana for Expressive Iteration or something like that. What did they pitch over here? They pitched a Teferi and a Jace. Don't want to see the other Narset, or either of the Narsets. Those would be bad for us here. Well, I guess Bobble draws on their turn, so maybe it's not that bad. They're going to 3 life. Wow. Mystic Sanctuary back a Swords to Plowshares. Yeah, Swords to... I mean, we really need the Chalice, huh? They have Narset and Swords. No! All right, fair enough. My opponent has out card advantaged me a little bit here. Sure. Their last card's a Brainstorm. Jeez. I believe we've died. My opponent, I thought we were pretty far ahead, but then with 1 Sylvan Library, they just broke the whole game open. Yeah, they dredged into an Uro. That's so bad for me. That single library just destroyed us. That's crazy. Wow. Yeah, we had all payoffs, and they just had an answer for every payoff, right? So, or we had all threats, and they had an answer for every threat, and we didn't have any, follow-ups that were good. Holy jeez! All right. Well, that was not fun. It was fun until we weren't winning anymore. Oh shit. Okay, fair enough. This feels like a Hermit Druid matchup. They're gonna bring in 2 Pyroblasts and 2 Null Rods. Which seems bad for me. This is a Mystical Dispute matchup, probably. Do we want to disenchant for library null rod? I don't even know if we do. We have repeal. I think we just want disputes and druids, maybe. Emery, PO, Opal, PO. Two disputes. They have one loam, 3 Uros. I don't really feel like that's worthy of bringing in Rest in Peace. I just think I need all of my mentors because of how many swords they have. Like, maybe they trim some swords here and they just, you know... I don't know. PO is like the hardest card in our deck to cast, so... I don't think we want Hydro versus 3 Pyro Expressive Iteration. I don't think that's worth it. We like only have so much room to do like to bring in countermeasures when our deck is an engine deck. Yeah, they can win with Jason the Mind Sculptor. Yeah, so part of the reason I played this deck is because there's no Fluster, no Negation, no Vigor, no Oof, no Maddening Hex, a lot of the things. I thought Tess would be not Tess. I thought Ant would be one of the best decks in this format, or maybe I don't really know the difference between the Storm decks. I thought like the Epic Storm deck lost a little bit, and I thought the Ant deck didn't lose anything. I feel like those decks would be one of the best choices in this format, which is why I played a bunch of Chalices. I still feel like Chalice on 1 is really good against our opponent, and unfortunately they just had their one answer in March of the Otherworldly Light plus a Force, right? Like, we had a really good start. It just didn't work out. Just cycle these baubles. Maybe I cycle 2 baubles. It's probably fine. I mean, if I overdraw a bunch of lands here, I lose, right? But I still think Chalice is my best card against my opponent's deck. Like Galvanic Relay and stuff. I'm not really sure what's in that deck right now, so I can't tell you. Like, this hand is not good, but it's also a Chalice hand, so I feel like... I feel like I like it. And then I think I want to draw... maybe all of them. I should probably hold one of the baubles. No, they don't... I'm going to draw one after... I think. Because I probably don't need to get to Force. I guess I could get to Dispute and dispute something. But I don't think I'm going to make a counterspell on turn 1, so... Okay. Well, those draws are not good for me. That draw is not good for me. Any land draw is pretty bad. I actually maybe made a mistake by playing Island, because if I draw Mentor this turn, I can't play Mentor. I didn't really think about that. Probably should have played Tundra instead. Okay, that's interesting. Probably don't want to crack anymore now that I have a number of targets. Oh. Force pitching Force. So they still have Uro, Volcanic, 2 unknowns. I still think I'm going to hold these because they're better as a divination than more than anything right now. All right, so they did have Wasteland. Okay, that's their one Wasteland. Will I want to crack? I still don't think I'm going to crack. Thoughtcast. That's good, right? So I can play Ancient Tomb Thoughtcast. That looks good. Opal. Is there any reason to play it pre? I don't think so. There's no Lavinia or anything. No, I think we can hold it. I think we're going to basically hold on everything. All right, so my opponent, I still know 2 of the 3 cards in my opponent's hand. Now I know 1 of the 4. They can have Pyro, but we have Dispute. So I think we actually jam on our turn then. All right, draw 3. Oh wait, Dispute doesn't counter Pyro. Never mind. We should go on their end step. I'm an idiot. Well, they did have Force though, so got him. All right, I'll draw 3. What do we got? Wow, that went really well. Okay, wait, are we doing it? We might be doing it. I guess this gets sorted. Maybe I need to wait till after Teferi. But I know their 1 card is Uro plus another unknown, so probably not. We did cast and resolve Paradoxical Outcome. This is a true statement. I think we're currently winning the game. They have swords as their second. Okay, so all right. Well, my opponent has 1 card in hand. It's Uro. We have a bunch of baubles and a Teferi. So they drew the land. Are they not going to play Uro? Why wouldn't you play Uro here? Am I missing something? Did they not actually draw Uro? Did they fetch away? Oh, they fetched away Uro. This whole game, I thought they had Uro, and they've never had Uro. I'm really bad at Magic. What can I say? Do I want to draw any cards? No. Repeal. So I do think that I want to not hold on to this Teferi bounce because of Pyro. Okay. I think there's like, I'm trying to figure out how much I want to sacrifice these baubles. I'm going to hold this, everything else. I have Force. I can repeal a Sylvan Library. So they have 1 card in hand. I swear this whole game I thought they had an Uro. I can make that decision later, right? I don't think I'm... we do have enough mana where we can probably get away. Is this going to be a Jace? Okay, I'm just going to force that. I don't have enough to hardcast Force, right? If I had used... No, I did use my Opal. Okay, I'm just going to force this. Now I think I'm going to crack a bunch of these baubles. I just don't know how many. Well, let me look at my top card, I guess. And then I can determine if I want to... Okay, I'm going to crack both then. Okay, that's insane, right? That seems really good for us. And I just turned off Brainstorm and Ponder. All right, I'm gonna put a stop in there, up in their draw step. They drew Expressive Iteration. Fair. Fair. That's a good one. That is a good one. I'll probably look at their other card too, if they don't play like the second Narset. Why does this cost 2 mana? And now we need a Chalice on 2 as well. I actually think we would play a Chalice on 2 if we found it. Their only answer right now is still the 1 March of the Otherworldly Light. Shark Typhoon into exile. Weird. All right, I think I'll look at the other card in their hand. Oh, Jace the Mind Sculptor has been drawn. That's a good magic card. Oh my god, we're doing it. This is disgusting. Yes! We have achieved victory! Oh boy. We were a long way to go before winning this game. I'm not 100% sure we do win this game. I guess we would have fetched away some of this, so. Chalice, baby. Fair and balanced magic card. We drew all 3 opals. Impressive. Absolutely impressive. Maybe we do want a more mystical disputes. They seem really good. PO is reasonable as well. All right, let's try this. Justin cuts random cards. I don't know, but Hermit looked really good in my deck when I built the deck, so I put it in there. I thought it had some nice synergy with Emery and Chalice and that kind of thing. They are 3 Pyros post board. Yeah, it's not a card that sees a ton of play from what I know, but it's definitely a cool card and a powerful card, so don't think I want to play it on turn 1 when I can't activate it, though. Mentor. All right, I think I'm going to crack at least one of these baubles. How many baubles do I want to crack? At least one bauble. It's going okay. We got demolished in round 1. This match has been pretty close. But this match has been at least very fun and interesting, so I've been enjoying it. Okay, another card to pitch to force. Ooh, wow. This is a one of Wasteland. All right. Opponent just hit me with the one of Wasteland. I see you. All right, well. I'm going to play the pedal this time because it will be possibly a mystical dispute. I sure hope they fetch. Please fetch. They didn't fetch. That's unfortunate, because now I probably have to counter the Sylvan Library. I wanted to draw... Well, I wouldn't have done very much. The one Wasteland here has been exceedingly problematic for me. Good news is I have a 1-to-1 answer with a Planeswalker. Nice. Okay, they're down to 3 cards. I really don't think I want to play Malevolent Hermit. So I'm just gonna wait. I think I want to play like a mentor probably. Well, I don't know. I want to play a 3-drop. I'm pretty sure. That Wasteland on my seat was so good. What is this? Oh, expressive iteration. I just have to let this resolve. Pretty dead to loam. Brainstorm, huh? That's value. Nice. This game is going a lot worse. I don't have a chalice. I think we're really big underdogs to win this game. I mean, we're gonna counter Null Rod, right? We're gonna try to counter Null Rod. I think I want a land and I want to play Hermit because then I'll have double counter and then I can play something else that's good. Just really need to hit a land drop off this. Yeah, this is not what we're looking for here. It's not the worst draw. It's definitely better than like a Thought Cast or something similar. But we are just very slowly losing this game to the advantage of the better cards. Expressive Iteration and Brainstorm. Much better cards. It's just the one of Wasteland that got me good. God, if they find Loam, it's so bad. I think I am going to dispute this one, though. They're going to force? Whatever. All right, land, baby. That was not a land. Well, if my opponent now jams the Null Rod, we do die, for what it's worth. Ugh. Yeah, this is bad. Yeah, this is bad. Yeah, I mean, we didn't get to deploy a Chalice, so Brainstorm runs amok. I don't even think I hate my hand. It was actually just the Wasteland, right? Well, we wouldn't have had 3 mana for another 3 mana follow-up, so maybe it's not just the Wasteland. A little late there, friend. I think I have to make them find a Swords. They have Force? All right. It's bad. Ready to get Null Rodded? My land be Null Rodded? Oh, they found Loam Lock. It's over. The fact that we're going to get brutalized by one of Life from the Loam, one of Wasteland out of the 4-color deck is because Brainstorm is a broken Magic card. Sag. It's fine. We didn't play our broken card. They played their broken card. We have been defeated in the arena of ideas. I think I am going to deploy the Hermit to try to kill something. I do have a basic island in my deck for what it's worth. I do think that we were probably in a really strong position in this game if we had drawn some mana. Like, we had really good stuff going on. We just weren't, like, they never had a Swords to Plowshares in this whole game. If we just, like, were able to deploy a Mentor, we would be in a pretty reasonable spot, right? Oh, God. There's 2... This deck has 4 colors, a Taiga, 2 Mystic Sanctuaries, and a Wasteland. There's no Wrenn and 6 in this deck either. It's a beautiful thing. It's a painful thing. No, not dual lands OP. Fetch lands OP, friend. Oh, they didn't find a swords. They have not yet found a swords. Oh, I think they found a swords if they're fetching a tundra here. Oh, they didn't fetch a tundra. That's nice. Are they playing a null rod or something instead? Oh, blue creatures. Fair enough. All right, I think we want a 0-drop for our mentor. So we can't flashback this thing because they have an active Teferi. Guess we can play our own Teferi, but the fact is this Teferi doesn't draw cards. I guess we just need to play mentor anyways. If we had a 0-drop, it would be a lot better, but... Like, we're getting wastelanded this turn, I assume. And then our mentor is getting bounced. And then... So now we can't even draw a 0-drop and a mentor or play mentor. Okay, I think the fun is over. We resolved a paradoxical outcome. Damn it. Well, I guess we did have a flashback Malevolent Hermit if we had drawn a land. All right, I'm off it. We're dead. It's the pain. The pain is real. Pain's too real. Okay, we're now in round 3. We got a fun match against our opponent today. We got Mr. Lee across the table who is playing a colorless CloudPost, Glimmer Post, Karn deck. Oh, there are chalices. Oh, God. There are 4 chalices, 4 Karns in this deck, so this could also be challenging for us. Wait a second. Are you telling me that all the matchups are bad for me? Maybe my deck is bad. No one could have seen this coming. All right. This hand bad. This hand is good if we don't get chaliced, I guess. It's not even that good if we don't get chaliced. God. Are we allowed to keep this hand? What if we get chaliced? I don't think we're allowed to keep this hand. I feel like we need a force or a repeal or something. Okay, I mean, I can't really go lower than this, so... All right. Don't chalice me, please. I mean, I definitely had good hands when I was building the deck. No chalice. They do have Caracas for my Emery, though. What is going on? Why? It's okay. We have our 2-mana Thoughtcast, though. Why are we getting Caracas by the colorless opponent? Force? Didn't get force. It's bad. Vesuva as Tundra. Jeez. Maybe I shouldn't have played a land. What if I had played a fetch land? So brutal. Oh, let's go. Value. Wait, are we going off? Do we play this Emery? Does that actually help us in any way? Don't think so. Not even close? What are you talking about? We drew 3 cards. That's broken. Have you ever drawn 3 cards in Legacy? I haven't. What is this? Grim Monolith. Sure. Thanks for joining. Stream can be fun. You don't get to listen to me at 2 times speed though. So we can PO again, but I think it's better to just bounce this Grim. Though we do need a force. I still think I want to bounce this Grim Monolith. Oh, this is a life hack, friend. Oh, now I can play an Emery and at least make them use the Caracas too. I lost the Mentor. I don't know. I currently feel like we are ahead. All right, Monolith bounce, I assume. Yep. We even get to bounce our Teferi for value. Or are they going to play a Karn? I guess we can't beat a Karn here. All right, maybe we should have PO'd for 3 and tried to draw on a force. I think they're debating whether to play Karn or whether to bounce my Emery. It's pretty bad for them if they play Karn and then I have Mentor plus Bobble. So there's definitely something to be said about just bouncing Emery and passing. This deck really needs an Urza. I'm telling you, all the fun cards are banned. All the fun cards in Legacy are gone. Ensnaring Bridge on top. I truly think all the fun cards are gone. Bring back fun cards. Are they gonna... Oh, they tutored for a Tormod's Crypt. Oh my. No, the value. No, the Seat of the Cyanod. Oh boy. Alright, I think I have to hold all this. And then they're gonna be able to Caracas my Emery. It's pretty bad for me. If I had drawn Ancient Tomb there, I could have done at least something, but... Well, I mean, that might also be true, but I think it's less fun now. There are some really cool cards in the supplementary sets. Sorceress Spyglass. Sure. The fact that we never drew a force in this game was the big problem. If we had drawn one Force of Will to counter this Karn, I think we're just vastly far, like really far ahead, right? Kind of rough life. I'm just going to repeal. I don't think repealing... I just want to find a mentor, basically. Well, then I get bridged, so I don't even know. Oh, I did just draw... The fact that these are all opals is also kind of annoying. There's my force. Yeah, we'll probably end up like POing and drawing 1. I still don't think this game is over. But no, it's organized by Honorog. I kind of want to keep my Teferi going, so I'm just going to... I'm probably just going to force this Spyglass. I think this Teferi is probably going to be important. My opponent's going to be really hard pressed to get under a bridge with their deck. It's full of a lot of very large mana cost cards. The problem is I still don't have a mentor, but the minute I have a mentor, I do get 3 tokens. All right, they're going to search for something else. They got a liquid metal coating. Ah. Okay. I didn't think about that. Oh, we found the mentor. Let's go. So, yes, this is really good for us. Mentor. Opal. How many of these do I want is another question. Oh, I still think Delver is the best deck. I'll keep all of these. Delver, like, losing, like, its next level threat is, like, not a big deal. It's very much not a problem. I think we're winning this game currently. My opponent has 7 cards in hand. They kind of stumbled on mana all game with their double Vesuva Caracas draw. But we should be able to kill this Karn. Maybe we can even get a PL off. I'm liking where we're at. Oh, they drew another Sorcerer's Spyglass. So they have what? 3? Oh, they have 3 main, 1 board. Okay, fair. All right, so we don't get to Teferi bounce. And then so they're still going to kill a land, it looks like. Interesting. Wait, what? I can still attack this thing, right? How does this work? I have no idea how this works. How does this work? I can't bounce with Teferi. There's a Sorcerer Spyglass in play. Wonder if I should play a Chalice on 0 here just to pump everything super high. I can always PO it back later. How close am I to lethal? 17. All right, so I attack. And I attack Mr. Lee, Karn. Well, if they block, how does this work? They just going to get 2 blocks off? I don't really know how this works. Whatever, we'll learn together. So if they block something else, what happens? It's just really good for them, right? Huh. All right, cool. Play an artifact. Like a Teferi, I guess. Even though they can't use the Teferi, but Oh, I guess I could save it as a pump for next turn. I'll just play at Emery then. Okay, I think we won this game. Unless my opponent can put together a miraculous ensnaring bridge. I even have an instant speed pump with paradoxical outcome. Weird game. They can't Chalice of the Void me if I Chalice of the Void myself first. You ever think about that? Oh no, what is this? Is this a Karn? Karn makes things cost less, right? Oh, Thought Not Seer. Uh-oh. I lost my PO. That's not good. Oh, they took the Teferi? Oh no, I drew a new P. What happened? No, they took the Teferi, but Teferi's time raveled here. I don't understand. All right. All right, we have successfully won another game of Magic the Gathering. I appreciate that. How do we board? Oh, they have a Possessed Portal in their sideboard. That's lit. I think we want Malevolent Hermit and Disenchant. Do we want swords for Thought Not Seer? I'm not even sure we do. This is another one where the Chalice is bad. They have so many Sorcerous Spyglasses. Impressive. I'm just not sure that killing a Thought Not Seer is something that matters. Maybe we'll put A swords in. I don't know. It just looks bad. I have Teferi. I'm just gonna play like this. I don't think the swords is an important part of this game plan. This is another hand that just loses to Chalice, right? I really don't think I want to keep these hands that just like lose to Chalice. I have forces in my deck. Yeah, this is probably a bit better. It's definitely a bit better. Theoretically, I can play the Hermit on turn 1 with the ability to activate it if they don't play a Chalice, and then I have Disenchant if they do. So I have to cut a card at some point here. I guess it's a Tundra. Could be problematic though if I do definitely want the second Tundra, but I think you need to keep the upside. What do you got for us? Ancient Tomb, Grim Monolith, go. Okay. This. Do we just kill the Grim Monolith? Is that the better play? We could still just get Ancient Tomb Karned. I'm gonna kill the Grim Monolith. I could play the Emery off of the pedal. I probably should have played the Emery off of the pedal. Because if I get Karned anyways... All right, I mean, they had double Ancient Tomb Karn. Yeah, I should have played the Emery off the pedal. I don't know why I didn't. Well, I made an attempt. If we had just played the Malevolent Hermit, though, we could have countered the Karn. What am I doing? Just playing badly. I had the Malevolent Hermit. That was the whole point. The whole point was to play the Malevolent Hermit on turn 1. I'm so stupid. You think they would have paid? They wouldn't have had mana to pay. 2, 3, 5. They can't pay. Oh, you're right. They would have been able to pay. Ancient Tomb, Ancient Tomb. True. I still think I was supposed to, though. I'm very dead in this game. Ancient Tomb Karn with no force is, like, just too bad for me, right? Need to draw a land this turn to play Malevolent Hermit. Oh, God. Never mind. I can't do anything. Okay, cool. All right, let's just go to the next game. Yeah, I mean, I think we needed a force. Or my opponent to not have Tomb. I mean, to be fair, they didn't chalice us, right? So it was pretty likely that was what was happening. I don't really like this hand. Doesn't technically do anything. I really want a mentor on turn 1. I played 0 turn 1 mentors. I guess it's not super likely for me to play turn 1 mentor, but it feels pretty doable. I'm not even sure that the Thought Monitor would have been even that good. We haven't had that many artifacts very often. Our hands have just not been very strong, I don't think. I'm going to let the Chalice resolve. That's not really the problem this game. The problem will be hitting land drop number 3. They have Ancient Tomb Karn again. That would be bad. I do feel like the key is just always going to be the mentor. It feels like the strongest part of the deck. The PO is just not very good. So annoying because it's going to stop my Teferi. Still don't think I'm supposed to counter it. Just counter the big payoff, get a mentor in play, and try to bash for lethal. Oh, I'm sure there are lots of things stronger than PO. I just wanted to play PO. No. People played what they wanted to play. I can tell you it doesn't take anyone sabotaging the idea of this format for this format to be discovered as not very good. That's not the issue. This thing can't kill 0 drops. If you, like, get a bunch of content creators together, they're not going to just, like, all slam Delver Reanimator. Like, that's just not how this works. For that to be the case, you'd have to have a bunch of people who are trying to win a substantial prize. So it's not really the point of the format. Yeah, all right. I mean, that card's not bad. I can cast it. Right. It's more of a publicity thing than anything else, right? Which is fine. Get a bunch of eyes. Get a bunch of content all over the web on a bunch of streamers' platforms. Come on, that's so rude. The one walking ballista to kill my Malevolent Hermit. Who does such a thing? The good news is if I hit a land and reanimate my hermit, then I can start playing 0-drops through Chalice. This was my plan the whole time, opponent. Man. If I don't counter this, I'm going to lose to it, unfortunately, because I will have to deal with the Spyglass first. Maybe that's not true. I have disenchants. I'm just going to let this happen. I'm not currently close to winning. I need to be able to counter Karn. All right. This costs 3. Yep. All right, like I said, we have to hit this third land drop, unfortunately. Yeah, we have Repeal and Disenchant, so we should let the bridge go. They know our hand from Spyglass, so pass. Interesting. Oh, no, not pass. Oh no, Buried Ruin back the Walking Ballista. All right, fair. That will definitely be annoying. Come on, just give me the land drop. Ah, it's frustrating. Now I think I will have to counter this Walking Ballista, right? Maybe not. How big? This big will be a Walking Ballista, will be a 1/1. Probably don't have to counter it. Maybe we do. We've seen 0 posts, 0 CloudPosts. Yeah. I don't know. We have multiple threats, right? The problem is if I counter this Walking Ballista, how do I ever beat a Karn? They can't pump this that many times. I think we're just going to let this happen. Land, please. This is not even good. They're just going to shoot it. But they don't even have to shoot it. It's better, though, if they shoot it for me, because then it attacks for less, and they can't pump it as much. So they have a follow-up. Chalice on 2. I think I can let that go as well. I'm still not locked out by that. No, you kidding me? Yeah, I've been punished for my arrogance. I get this stupid Walking Ballista killed off too. I think we're fine. If we hit a land and... Come on. I just have not hit the cards I needed. I do think if we'd hit a land at any point in this game, we would have been fine. Oh no, they have infinite mana with this CloudPost now. Frustrating. Like, this disenchant doesn't really do anything anyways, but... So, don't think we have a shot anymore. We just did not draw it remotely in time. Watch me mill 4 lands, 2 lands. Oh, sad Justin. I mean, I think we played the game correctly for what it's worth. It just didn't work out. We just didn't draw land. Looks like they didn't have the Karn. That's interesting. Oh yeah, I mean only land is the only good draw we've had, really. A force would have been a reasonable draw, but what a sad day at the PO ranch. We were just never drawing a land. Rough day. Rough day. All right, here we are in the last round of our MTG Heritage Tournament. We actually are in the 0-3 bracket with Matthew Vok. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. Ozymandias. Why am I saying like 8 different names for this person? Strong Magic the Gathering player who registered Delver of Secrets. Hasn't gone super well for them. See what we can do up against our powerful Paradoxical Outcome deck. Oh, man. All right, we're on the draw, and we have not the strongest hand, but it's not bad. We have the turn 1 Emery, and then we have a bunch of Thoughtcasts. See what happens. Can we beat the menace that is Blue-Red Delver? Probably not. All right, what do I have? Ooh, okay, that's a pretty good draw. Wait, so is the answer now to play a Thoughtcast instead? Or do we want to get this Emery in play? Probably want to get this Emery in play. I sequenced it around days. Yeah, we should probably play around days. That makes sense to me. I'm trying to find this deck list. Whoop, bring it over here. All right, I lost a Mentor, but I have another Opal if I need it. Chain Lightning on my Emery. All right, well, Emery down. Is that it? Just Emery, 1 land? Ah, I didn't get to daze anything. All right, so this Seed of the Cyanide is going to make our Thoughtcasts really strong. Wow, now we actually want to go Chalice first so that we don't get our Chalice dazed. That just resolved. All right, I will play 1 Thoughtcast into daze. Feels reasonable. All right. I think if we don't die to this Swift Spear, we're in a decent spot. We do need to hit like a blocker that lives. Hey, look, a blocker that lives. So I think playing this Mentor into a possible daze is like way too suicidal. I'd love to draw a force of my own. So I'm going to try to do some thought casting here. Hit some mana. Okay. So repeal on the Swift Spear costs 2. So let's just do another thought cast. Okay. Let's just pass and we'll repeal in combat. And then next turn we'll go Mentor, and I think we'll be in a nice spot. I'd love to find a force back up, but... Obviously this means the spear is going to hit us harder, but... I think that's fine. I don't know if they're like really allowed to counter this. They have wastelands, but... Oh, there are no wastelands? Wow, that's interesting. That's kind of surprising. It's an interesting build. It's brainstorm in response. Oh, days, sure. Yeah, that's fine. Now brainstorm, getting 4 damage. They have Price of Progress in the main. They don't have Price of Progress in the main. Okay. I was really hoping to draw a force. I don't know what I want to do now because I want this mentor. I think I'm just going to play another Thoughtcast first. Oh, nothing is working. I'm not getting further here. I'm just going to play another Chalice. Maybe I will play this repeal in their thing again. I don't know. I feel like I'm floundering and doing nothing and dying. But I'm not really sure what to do about it. I think they have I feel like they have a force of will. I guess I'm gonna die to this flyer now. Do I have to hold this repeal? Huh. I don't know, maybe I have to hold this repeal. If my opponent wants to force this to get a bird trigger, I'm really happy. I think that's fine. I need my mentor to resolve to win this game. I need my mentor to resolve. I drew the force after. I don't really want to give them... I can give them another bird trigger, actually. Well, why haven't I cracked this bauble? That's another interesting question. Maybe I'm just going to lose this game to this bird, actually. Yeah, I think I played this game really badly, huh? Wow, it's impressive how badly I played this game. Yeah, I just don't know if these POs are ever going to be good, though. I should probably have let them... Ugh. I don't know. I think I just played this game very poorly. And now I can't even block. Man. Oh, I just played this game so badly. No, I don't know. I just took actions at random and they were all really, really bad. Like, I lost a game where I had Chalice on one against my Delver opponent, and it's kind of just gross. Yeah, there's really nothing that's going to get me out of this, right? I have to deal 20 damage with just Mentor, because I can't block this 3/3 flyer, and I've used my repeal. Well, I have Teferi's, but I'm going to run out of mana. I'm not going to run out of mana. Okay. If I win this game after how badly I played, I'm going to be very upset with myself. It does look like we probably will, though. I mean, I assume this PO next turn is super lethal, right? Maybe it's not because they're going to have a bunch of chump blockers, but the good news is we can't get bolted out of this game. So I PO and I pick up 1, 2, 3, 4. Should I just force this Shredder? Probably. I can't even force back because of Teferi. We'll get an extra creature. Do 2 Shredders. All right, we'll just see how many cards we can play this turn. Oh, I probably wanted... I think I want the extra mana rather than the extra pickup. Could be wrong, though. Like, I want to be able to replay the Teferi, right? So I play a Mox, I reset my Mox, I play my Chalice on 0, and then I pick up... What do I pick up, though? That's the... think I pick up... I think I can pick up everything. Or I could just leave the Teferi. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm at least picking up one Chalice. I will be able to play... If I draw a land, I replay Teferi. I mean, I might just have lethal, right? One, two... You can. Wow, I was bailed out of this game by drawing a Teferi. Wow. Yeah, I have like super lethal with just my zeros. 2 creatures get in for lethal. Yeah, I played this game really badly. I think I just really hate how I played that game, but deck's great. All right. So my opponent has Rough and Tumble. They have Mind Break Trap. They have Spell Pierce, and they have Bone Crusher Giant, and maybe Price of Progress. They don't have any Null Rods or any Meltdowns or anything. I think we want... They don't have Pyroblast. I don't know if we want Hydro or not. I feel like we want Swords to Plowshares, though it's pretty bad with Chalice, huh? That's not something I really considered. I didn't really consider there might be a deck where I want Swords to Plowshares and I want Chalice. So maybe not great deck building. Maybe we just bring in a bunch of Disputes and call it a day. Though Disputes counter... Yeah, Disputes counter all the things I want to hit with Swords besides Swift Spear. So maybe we play Hydroblast. No. Maybe we just play Disputes. I wish I had 4 Repeals, honestly. Repeal's been great. I don't think I'm going to side out my Chalices. I still want them for artifact count. Like, what are they going to do? Side out Lightning Bolt, Brainstorm, Delver, Swift Spear? I don't know. Doesn't seem like... I think I do want Hydroblast, but I don't think I want Swords. I think the Disputes and the Hydroblast cover everything that I would want to hit. Don't like Force of Will versus Delver. The only thing that I have an issue with boarding Force out is I really have a lot of... I really want to hit... I really want my spells that are... Like, I have important spells that need to resolve. That's the only problem. But I don't disagree. I think I'm going to take 1 PO out. Hermit's fine. I just don't know if this is... This is not exactly the matchup I envisioned Hermit being good in. Maybe we'll play Hermit, though. Try this. I don't know. I'm not really convinced that this is the best way. Obviously didn't do a lot of testing on the mapping for this. Though this is definitely a different version of Delver than I would have registered. This is painful. I'm not really convinced that we should take out Force of Wills, to be honest. I think it's fine, though. Am I going to get punished for keeping a 1 land hand again? I feel like artifacts and lands both get me there, so... I think I might consider... Yeah, I'm just going to play this so I can get a Emery in play. No Wasteland, huh? It's so interesting. There's no Wasteland in my opponent's deck. Volcanic, Scalding Tarn, Misty, Strand, Island, Sanctuary. Hit no artifacts that I can bring back. I think I don't know if I want to crack this bauble or not. So I get wrecked by Daze here, but it's still good value if I can hit this. All right, I'm going to crack this bauble because I need to hit a land drop. Cyanide can't be brought back by Emery. Did not hit the land drop. I do have a pedal, though. The question is... Do I play Thoughtcast? No, I can't really play Thoughtcast, huh? I think I'm going to put this Hermit in play. Let's see what they have on their top first. Other Tarn. All right, I'm going to play this Hermit. Well, I could play Chalice on one, I guess. Make them have it. Yeah, I guess we do that. They didn't have it. Okay. Brazen Borrower, my Emery. Okay, not my Chalice. So Brazen Borrower as a 3/1 flyer is annoying. I think I'm just replaying this Emery. Seems very important to my success here. This I can't cast, right? No. Get another Malevolent Hermit. I'm going to keep the Bauble in play this time. In case we end up wanting to cast Thoughtcast next turn, which seems fairly likely. Yeah, I wish I had a Dispute would be sweet here. They're just off it. Okay. Yeah. We did get our W at the very end. All right. Closing thoughts. We went 1-3. A lot of that is because the deck is not super good. It was a brew, and it didn't really work the way I had intended it to work. I do think that some of the key choices of the deck, like playing a Chalice deck with Ancient Tomb, ended up working pretty well. I really liked the Hermit out of the board. I thought the repeals were pretty nice, and I think 4 Mentor is obviously the way to go. In terms of the format, obviously my deck doesn't really help contribute at all to any kind of information about the format. But I can say that while I was deck building for this event, I found that the decks were less interesting post-change than they were pre-change, which was something I didn't expect when I said yes to play the format. I think that the current decks in Legacy with Saga and Urza and these kind of cards are just more interesting and more fun, and I would have probably enjoyed playing them more than the decks that I saw in this Heritage format instead of Legacy. The only card that I was really happy not to see was Prismatic Ending. I don't really like what Prismatic Ending does to a format in terms of giving these 4-color and controlling piles a catch-all answer. Like, there should be some kind of downside to playing a card that removes a non-creature, like a Chalice or something. There should be some kind of downside to that. And Prismatic Ending just doesn't really have a downside. It hits the random permanents that are good against you. It hits the random creatures that are good against you. And I kind of think that that card is like pretty lame, boring. Just don't really like it. What else? Besides that, I feel like the other cards that are missing in the format are really interesting cards. I think Urza Saga is an interesting card and a correct level of power for the format like Legacy. I think it makes these artifact decks more powerful and more viable and more interesting. I think that some of the other cards that I was missing, like I said, Urza was one that I really wanted to play with. It didn't get to play with. So yeah, overall, I would say I don't think that Heritage is marketably better, or not marketably better, but I don't think it's better than Legacy. I don't think it improves on the format. And I think that if anything, I realized that a lot of the cards that are defining Legacy now are not cards that were printed in supplemental sets, but are just cards that found their way through Standard. Cards like Expressive Iteration, Karn, Teferi, Narset. Those kind of cards are really strong, and they came from Standard. They didn't come from Modern Horizons. Now, like, obviously cards did come from Modern Horizons, and obviously cards have been banned. Uro is another big one. Yeah. So I think in general, it doesn't feel like the argument that supplemental sets have ruined Legacy or anything like that, or even like Commander has ruined Legacy, holds any weight that I can see. Yeah, those are kind of my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And hopefully we'll get back to more vintage videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on this channel. I will see you then.